Welcome to Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We're in Carson City today, inside the very state capitol. We are joined by Becky Harris. She is a member of the Nevada State Senate. And I'm kind of a nerd, so I kind of remember going to the school library and kind of enjoying it. And I remember the mobile that would drive up, and have more books there. And although we're in the 21st century now, and we do have a lot of wireless books, I'm pining for the libraries, and I'm wondering what's happening with libraries.
So I'm getting reports that schools, in an effort to salvage budgets, are eliminating libraries and/or librarians, and that is a great concern for me. I love literacy. My bill last session was Read by 3 to help every child in Nevada learn to read and love to read. There's an author from the state of Washington who said the quality of your life is directly proportional to the number of books that you read.
I believe him or her.
Him.
Yeah, him. Yeah. I mean, I think it is amazing how rich your mind can become with just turning those pages. It's magical.
I agree, and everything about the way that we raised our children and the way that my husband and I have served in the community is about literacy. From birth to the third grade, you're learning to read, and then from third grade for the rest of your life, you're reading to learn.
I learned something recently. You may know this. It's very disturbing. Prison construction companies and folks that work in the prison system and trying to predict out how many prisoners they will have in 20 years, look at third grade reading levels.
They do, and I want literacy to be part of the culture of Nevada schools because I want every child to realize their full potential, and I want doors to be open to our children, not closed.
So you proposed SB 143 as it relates to libraries. What are you trying to do with this bill?
Capture the minds of children and get them excited about literacy.
But are you looking to, is it a funding bill to fund libraries, or is it a bill saying you need to prioritize libraries? Where does it go?
So it's kind of a hybrid of both. We are making, the bill would make libraries required, and we would require a certified teacher librarian to staff them. And since you and I were children, libraries have really changed. There's a technology component, there's a literacy component, there's a research component. And I think that part of our education culture is being lost.
You know what I wonder is, look, I still like to hold a book. My wife, she likes to be on her iPad. When you go to a library, it's what you grab as a book. So is there something about the book that we want to continue to inculcate in our kids?
I believe so. Having them touch and feel and be able to be a part of a different experience, I think, is so critical. And I'm an avid reader, so I do audiobooks, I do ebooks, I do physical, tangible books.
Yeah, I'm not an ebook yet. I need to flip the page. I don't know. It's maybe it's my age. I want to also talk about kids, and we serve all kids in Nevada, no question. But it's undeniable that some kids may have some challenges when they get to high school, and as they advance into high school. And we know, you've taught me that if you get that high school diploma, you're in a lot better place than if you don't. But look, by 10th and 11th grade, people start falling off, and then and we can't keep them. You're looking to bring them back.
Yes.
Tell us how you want to do that.
Well, again, it's opening doors of possibility for Nevada students, and I think that when we've got credit deficient children, because we've got high transiency, maybe there's some kind of an emotional challenge going on at home, a divorce or something like that, children can fall behind, and to be able to provide a safety net in terms of giving them a little extra time to get that high school diploma, we are just opening doors and possibilities to their potential.
So tell me about SB 132.
So SB 132 would help recapture those credit deficient juniors and seniors by allowing them to have an additional 18 months to finish their high school diploma.
Seems so intuitive. I mean, forgive me, but what do we think, though? I mean, there could be a cost there. That could cause some, financial pain. How do we make it work?
Right. So we're going to have to go to the finance committee and see if we can get some dollars for that. But I think it's the right thing to do as we get our kids ready for college and career.
Right.
Because if they're dropping out, we're limiting their opportunities.
Have you spoken with your friends on the Democratic side, since they now kind of, run the levers? I would think that they would be supportive, I would think.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm getting a hearing in a little
Right.
while
Oh,
on
so-
my bill,
okay,
so
yeah.
we're definitely going to be hearing that. I brought a similar bill last legislative session, and
Okay.
it passed out of my education committee and
And
went
then
to
what?
finance and just kind of got stalled in
That
finance.
happens.
But
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we'll have a more receptive finance committee this legislative session. I think it's so critical that we allow for those kids to have additional opportunity. And there's a benefit to the schools too, because a component of the bill states that if they don't graduate with their normal cohort, so if they're not
Right.
graduating after 4 years, the school's not penalized in terms of graduation rates. That graduation component doesn't kick in until after the 18 months. So if we do have children that don't finish with the 18 months, then the school's dinged. But if they do,
Right.
they get the benefit of the credit of having graduated that student.
Senator, I've had the good fortune of interviewing legislators in many states. I've not heard of a state that has a plan like this. Is this groundbreaking, this kind of 18-month extension?
I hadn't,
know?
I hadn't heard of anything
Yeah.
prior to last session. I can tell you that Vermont has looked at ways to individualize learning experiences, but they're such a small state.
Right.
And they just passed that last legislative session, so it's
Okay.
kind of a new way of thinking.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about high school students that may be at the other end of the educational spectrum. They're excelling.
Yes.
And we need to serve all. We need to serve
Absolutely.
everyone. And you want to continue to challenge them. And sometimes there will be a kid who maybe has finished their language that the school can offer, or they're a math genius and they've finished calculus. You want to help those kids as well.
I do. I think it's really important to give them additional learning opportunities, and that's part of the dual credit bill that was recently heard in the Education Committee, to allow a child to be simultaneously enrolled in high school as well as at the local community college. And when they're at that local community college, they get the additional benefit of getting college credit for the classes that they're taking.
But they're also getting high school credit.
They are getting high school credit for their graduation.
So it's a win-win.
It is.
So how is that bill moving forward? I presume you need buy-in from the community colleges, need buy-in from K-12. Is everyone feeling like this is the right move, the right approach?
I think we're going to get there. I mean, certainly the university system and the community colleges are championing this bill.
Okay.
The districts are going to lose some funding because they're the ones that are on the hook for paying the tuition for the dual enrollment.
Oh, that's interesting. So the students don't pay the community college fees.
Right, the local districts would be paying those
my.
fees.
Okay. Are they significant?
I think it depends on which hat you wear.
I
as to
understand.
whether or
Well
not they're
stated, very
significant.
diplomatic. Is there a thought about having the community colleges come to the high schools? I know I've heard of other states where the community colleges actually bring a professor in and they're taking high-level calculus in the high school, but it's a community college class.
Yeah, so we have some arrangements. I can only speak to Clark County with
Please.
College of Southern Nevada. They have some locations where they're physically present on high school campuses already.
Fantastic.
And then there's a high school, the Southwest Technical Academy in my Senate district, and they've got evening classes where they're offering certain coursework to the community. And I think, I'm not sure.
And
if
is it on a high school campus or?
Yes, it's on that exact high school campus. And I love that because
Yes.
what it's doing is embedding a culture of education in the students that are there, because they know that there's community college at their school in the evening, and we're starting to build bridges and transitions for after high school.
Very impressed with what you're doing. Her name is Senator Becky Harris. She is a member of course, the Nevada State Senate. It's right behind us. It's kind of cool. My name is BradPomerance, coming to you from Carson City. It's Local Edition.